If you've been trying to figure out your purpose and nothing seems to click, you've been journaling, you've been creating vision boards, you maybe even switched careers and tried to do something online, but still feels like you're circling the question. This video is for you. What if the reason that you can't find your purpose is that you're looking at it from a wrong perspective, or you're just looking in the wrong place? So what if it's not something you choose or figure out with your rational mind, but something that gets revealed once you clear out everything that is not you? So what does AI have to do with all of that? That's what we're going to dive into today. I'll offer you my perspective. Use it as an invitation to just see things from different point of view, and I will share some personal insights from my own journey, and I'll walk you through 3 simple prompts that you can use with AI to help you on this journey. And if you're new to this channel, hi, I'm Elena, and I've spent over 8 years working in corporate AI and tech, and I realized that I was done trying to force myself into the path that really looked good on paper, but really didn't make me fulfilled, didn't give me freedom in my life, which is my core value. So I pivoted to becoming a digital entrepreneur, building multiple income streams with AI and sharing what I've learned and helping others to explore opportunities and really leverage AI without all the noise and overwhelm out there. If that is something you're interested in, check out the rest of the videos that are mostly tutorials, and treat this video as something that I felt really called to share. And if it helps even just one person to make progress, that is the biggest reward I can get. So we've been taught that purpose is something, it's like a destination, right? Like when you arrive to your purpose, when you figured it out, everything falls into place. We connect it sometimes to like a job title, to a specific business model, some sort of a perfect fit that we magically discover. But what I've learned through my own journey and connecting with others on this topic is that the purpose isn't something that you choose or figure out or just in any way rationalize your way into that, right? It's something that emerges when you start removing what's not yours. So I've been working in corporate, and a couple of years ago, I felt like, okay, I know that this is not my path, but I was too scared to do something about it, because in my head, while I was working my full-time job, I tried to figure out what is that am I supposed to do. I knew that I wanted to have my own business, but I really tried to rationalize my way into that. What would this business do? Like, should I be a coach? Should I start my company on this? I really was in this loop of constant overthinking, and that was masked as figuring it out. I knew that AI is my passion and it is my skill, and I've been working with it. I kind of got into the space because I was obsessed with that, but I was stuck. So it must not be it. It must be something else. And the pivotal thing for me was when Midjourney came out, actually, and I stumbled across a YouTube video, someone creating AI generated art and selling it on Etsy. It was a force. I didn't want to sleep. I wanted to stay up all night and do these things to get better in it and to learn the process and to start selling those things. And then I did. And it just felt like the biggest flow of my entire life. And if I would stop for a second and think like, is this my purpose? Like, am I supposed to be creating AI images and selling them online? The answer would definitely be not, right? But I just had to trust that this is a step because I was so drawn into that. I just have to do this. There's something that needed to come through. I just followed that urge. I just followed that curiosity. And where it led me is to realization as a next step, like, hey, okay, I love doing that, but also I love sharing with people what I'm doing. I love helping people to see the opportunities, how they can use AI in different ways. I just felt like this coming to me more and more. And then I realized, okay, that kind of is my purpose, to share what I know and to see others see the opportunities. And I would never have discovered that if I would just treat this thing as like, okay, it can't be my purpose. I can't be doing that. I don't know if it's going to bring any money. Well, surprise, it brought like almost $10,000 just selling AI generated wall art online. I love this Rick Rubin's book. I've read it a couple of times, and it's just magical to me because it really touches upon this. Like, when you felt an urge to create something or pursue something, that is a meaning to that. You're supposed to follow that. But instead, what I feel like we normally do, our rational brains stop ourselves because we can't see the end point yet. But that is the entire point. We cannot possibly see the end point. We just need to trust that this first step will lead us to the next step. So the problem is that most people, including my past self, try to decide their path by looking outwards. So they see other people doing something online and they think, should I be a coach? Should I be a YouTuber? Should I launch a course? They try on this kind of identities like outfits and wonder why none of them realistic. And here I want to say there is nothing wrong in getting inspired and seeing what's possible, what's others doing. That's an essential part of the process. It's like expanding your horizon of like what is possible. The problem is that it's because we're making decisions from the outside in instead of tuning into your own signal. And honestly, don't blame yourself for that, because we are living in a society that is just hijacking our attention, that puts its expectations on us, that just really, it's very difficult to live in a modern society and be in tune with yourself. Like, it actually takes an effort and it's really hard work. And it's much easier to just live on an autopilot, inflate your lifestyle, like get stuck in the job that you hate and just feel like, well, that's how everyone else is living it. So the truth is, most people aren't lacking purpose. They're just not hearing it. They're just not hearing the signals of what could be the next curious thing for me to try. So the signal is blocked by the comparison, by pressure of being super productive, by trying to optimize our life before we even know what we want, trying to set very rigid goals to ourselves. But here's the shift. You don't need to figure it all out. You just need to clear the path for what's already inside you to come through. So this is where AI comes in and where it can actually help. Not by giving you the answers, but actually by reflecting back better questions to help you figure out on your own. So let me show you how. You can download these prompts as always for free from the description in this video and just follow along. So this will take you from feeling stuck to be more connected to actually being in motion towards living your purpose. First prompt is about actually remembering who you've always been. So it's stripping back all the societal expectations. Before you go forward, you need to look back, not to get stuck or ruminate in the past, but to actually spot the patterns you've been overlooking, because those patterns have a lot to tell us. So this is the prompt I want you to use. Help me reflect on the times in my life where I felt most alive, most creative, or in flow. Ask me questions that uncover past experiences where I felt aligned, even if I've forgotten them. The seeds are already there. They are in your childhood passions, they are in your weird hobbies, they are in the moments where time just disappeared and you went on the rabbit hole of something because you just felt it in your body, and that's what you need to tap into that. So step number 2 is noticing what you already know. So here you need to zoom into your current curiosity and your natural energy. What do you think about when no one's watching? What do you research for fun? What lights you up, even if it doesn't seem very strategic or something that will lead you to like exact amount per month earned? So here's the second prompt, and it goes like this. Help me explore what I'm naturally drawn to right now, even if it doesn't make sense. Ask me reflective questions to uncover what I love learning, researching, or doing when no one's watching. It matters because this is giving the opportunity for your inner compass to speak, and it speaks quietly. And if you ignore it, you stay stuck. So if you follow it, the clarity will follow you. Prompt number 3 is about envisioning how your day look like. Oftentimes when we try to figure out what to do, how to reconnect with ourselves and build something that is authentic to us, we end up in this situation where we kind of know the vision. Let's say my vision is to have time, financial freedom, to really work on my terms and build something that I feel passionate about and empower others to build something. I think it's such an important step to uncover how is that you want your life to look like. So to me, for example, when I reflected on that, I'm like, I want to have an empty calendar. And when I have an empty calendar, maybe some calls here and there, but it should not be a day like back-to-back meetings as I've been doing for the past like 10 plus years. There should be spaciousness, there should be time, there should be ease. And I realized very quickly that a lot of the options that I could potentially go and explore, like doing coaching or doing some consulting, like those are not it, because that's just not how I envision my day to day. And I think this is such a powerful exercise to help you to eliminate, as we said in the beginning, to eliminate everything that is not you, to strip away all those things that are just not you, but we kind of put on ourselves because we think we're supposed to, or because other people are doing that and we're just watching them and we're doing the same. So this step is extremely important. It's connecting your vision and then uncovering your next step. Purpose doesn't show up as a fully formed 10-year plan, 5-year plan. And I think it's so hard for our brains to comprehend. And that's why our brain, our rational mind is messing with us all the time. But the purpose, it really shows up as a feeling like of how we're going through a day, a direction. So here's the prompt that you can use to tap into that. I want to describe my dream day, one that feels meaningful, easeful, and aligned with how I want to live and work. Ask me a number of deep, insightful questions to uncover this. Then based on that, suggest one tiny step I could take today to move towards that life. These prompts will help you to move from a vague desire or just like an idea of something to specific action. So one small steps builds momentum, and momentum creates clarity. Another thing I want to say here, I love this quote. I've heard it on a podcast. Oftentimes, we already have clarity in knowing what we feel drawn to. Where it gets messed up is that our rational brain wants certainty. It wants certainty over saying that, well, if I take this path, then it will lead me to this and that. It is an impossible task. It doesn't work like that. We cannot be sure of anything. And so clinging towards this certainty really derails us. It really puts us on a wrong path. So what we need to lean into instead is that once we have the clarity, or even not like the full clarity, but just a sense of a feeling, like a body feeling, this is something that I'm curious about. This is something that feels joyful, exciting. This is the only thing that you need to uncover your purpose fully and go ahead and live your best life. Just trusting that by following this one feeling, this one step, the next one will uncover, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. And it's the same for me, back to the Etsy shop. The Etsy shop is still running and bringing me passive income, but I don't want to create AI images. I want to do something else. That's why I'm leaning into YouTube. And that feels like the most joyful thing. I'm building my membership that I'm about to launch. So if you want to get on the wait list, just make sure to sign in the description below. I'm leaning into being radically authentic and trusting that if I feel called to share something, if I want to show people opportunities, I'm meant to be doing this right now. And I don't know what comes next. And that's the exciting part, but I know that I'm now just following what feels so good. I can't wait to wake up in the morning. I can't wait to get to my computer. I can't wait to get on camera and share my knowledge and share my insights. I just want you to know, if you feel lonely in this, please don't, because we all are going through this. I think right now we're in such a collective awakening in a sense that we do realize that there is something that we've been neglecting in us. There is a glimpse that life can look different, and we're all trying to figure it out right now. So it's not that your purpose is missing, it's just underneath other people's expectations, under the pressure to get it right, under strategies that were never made for someone like you, under all the societal pressure that we have. But the moment when you start removing what's not you and actually follow what lights you up, everything changes. So use the prompts, have deeper conversations with ChatGPT, sit with them, sit with the answer. This might not give you the final answer. And again, that's not the point, but it will give you a real signal. And signal is all you need. The next step is all you need. So lean into this moment of honesty with yourself, and it will open up something incredible for you. This is how you can figure out your purpose. So if this video resonated, this was so different, but I just knew I needed to record this. And even if one person watches, thank you so much for watching it. Let me know if you made it so far. Let me know what comes up for you when you're doing this. And I would love to hear from you in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.